Hey everybody, it's Odin, and we are going to revisit Wayward. So I haven't played this game in a long time. I actually made a kind of beginner's tutorial video about a year ago, I think. And yeah, it's been a long time, so I just wanted to play it again and just, give it another shot. I will struggle a bit with the controls and things just because it has been a while, but I do remember a lot, so I don't think it'll be that bad. Alright, so we're going to go to new game, and we're going to call this, we're just going to call it YouTube. We're going to use a random seed, and we're going to use hardcore mode, which is the default and definitive way to play, and basically that just means that when you die, that's it. It's over. And of course there's other options here, but this is the way it was meant to be played, right? So that's how we're going to do that. We have manual turns versus real time. In a way, there's not really that much of a difference here. But I'm just going to stick with manual turns and keep that in the traditional kind of roguelike fashion. And of course, it's going to be single player. We do have a milestone. That's interesting. So apparently we've accomplished something before. Alright. So these were our old characters. It looks like the last time I played was actually, well, I loaded it up and revisited it for a couple of minutes about a month ago. But before that, as you can see, it was back in September of 2020. Alright, so we're going to go with a new character. And the name is going to be Idiot. And let's see what we can do here. We'll just change the skin tone a little. We'll go with this right here. Hair color, we'll make it kind of blonde but kind of brown. And I think that should be fine. Alright, so we're going to start the game. It's going to generate the world for us. Alright, so here we are. And of course, because we're dealing with manual turns and this is all turn-based, time does not pass while you stand still, which is a great thing about roguelike games. Alright. Let's get started. Just real briefly, let me look at what we've got. We've got a tattered shirt, which we're wearing. We've got tattered pants, which we're wearing. The E next to them in the top left tells us that it's equipped, and then we can also see it down here on our equipment bar. This is a leaf bedroll of featherweight. Now that's interesting. A provisional bed with poor insulation, so that's a bed that we can use, but it also has a magical property, and the magical property is featherweight, which is interesting. So let me hit shift here. So I guess featherweight just means it doesn't weigh as much as a normal bedroll would. That's interesting. Alright, we have shale, okay, and that's a carving implement. We have an animal claw, which you can use as a needle. We've got a skull, which can be made into a helmet eventually when you have the right stuff. We've got a branch, and I like how it tells you the uses there. You can equip it and use it as a blunt weapon, or you can stoke a fire with it. You can gather, use it for melee, that kind of stuff. Raspberries to eat. We've got shale, which is a superior rarity, and that's carving implement again, just like that one. We've got a wooden pole, which, okay, so it's been smoothed down from a branch or a log, so that's how you make those. We've got a glass bottle of desalinated water, and that's going to be a big thing. Oh, we have a great stone knife. That's good. A good tool to have. A corded sling, and then a gilded red book. Now, I don't know what this is. I'm going to read and see what it says here. Okay, so this is about treasures. So somebody wrote that their group of men have found several different types of treasure. But then you get bad news, and it looks like they have fallen into bad times, and then they died, apparently. So that's not good. But anyway, so let's start exploring. I'm going to zoom out just a little. What do we have here? There's a feather sitting there. Let's go get that feather. Alright, so when you're here, you can right-click. Well, actually, hold on, I think I need to be next to it. Yeah, right-click and you can pick up the item. So there's a feather. You can also interact with the trees, of course, but we would need a proper implement, like probably an axe or something. But the first thing I want to look for is fresh water. Alright, there is... We're going to pick that up. That is copal. It's tree resin, and it can be melted after being grinded, and you can reinforce items with it. That's fairly complicated, isn't it? Alright, so again, I'm looking for fresh water. We're going to gather these twigs, or we're going to try to. It did not do that. I don't know why it's trying to mine. Pick up item. There we go. So now we picked up some high quality twigs. Okay. So you'll see the fresh water. It'll be inland, obviously. And it usually... Okay, so there's some fresh water right there. So, I don't have a bottle to put it in. The bottle we have is currently full, I think. Yeah. Okay, so we got rid of the salt, so we can drink that. But if you look over here, our thirst is not too terrible right now, so we don't need to use this up. For bone fragments, that's interesting. Let's pick that up. A bundle of bones. Pieces are quite sharp. Apparently you can dismantle this into a bone needle. Hey, that's interesting. Okay, that worked out rather well. Apparently, again, I don't know how to use the skull to craft that into a helmet at whatever point. If I was going to dismantle it, I don't know what I would get. So I'm not going to mess with that just yet. Alright, we have some mushrooms here. And it says it's in its spreading stage of growth. I wonder if that means we could harvest it at this point. I don't know. But here's a nice little pond. And there's an entrance into a cave. We're not about to walk in there right now. Let's... Whoa, what happened? I guess they're just spreading. Alright, we need to get in here. I don't seem to be able to walk diagonally. I didn't remember if that was a thing or not. So we probably have to chop down a tree to get in here is what it looks like. But again, I don't have a suitable tool. And by the way, the tools that you can currently make are all right here. And then when you highlight them, it highlights also the items you would have to use to make it, which is pretty cool. I think the spear would be a good thing to make, actually. So it says, I failed to craft a wooden spear due to lack of skill. I can try again, and we got it that time. So there's the wooden spear. And we can right-click it, and we could say, well, let's equip it to our left hand. And there it is right there. Alright, now here is a rat. It's a giant rat. And it will probably attack us, so we're just going to wait one turn so it steps up to us, and then we're going to attack. And as you can see right there, we failed to cause any damage. It said blunt damage appears to be ineffective. Now, this spear, it does piercing. So I don't know, maybe I hit it with the pole or something. Now it did 5 damage to us. Let's attack again. But we still did no damage. And I figured out why that is. It's because I have my right hand selected as my dominant hand. So we're attacking with my empty right hand. So if I switch to left hand here, now at least I attacked with the spear, but I still missed. And this time we hit him, and that knocked him back. And now he's dead. Alright, so we can carve with a tool here. And as you can see, we used our other piece of shale, or this shale right here. And it says we carved and hacked up the corpse, picked up an animal pelt, and our skill in anatomy has raised to 1%. And of course, it's also warning us that our shale is close to being destroyed. And you can see its durability right there, the bar underneath it. Alright, so you still got the corpse laying here. So I think that means you might be able to carve again. We might break our shale, but let's see what happens. Yeah, okay. So we picked up an animal claw, and our anatomy skill has raised to 2%. So we could sit here and keep kind of cutting, but I want to make sure we do a little more exploring here. And I'm going to zoom out just a little, make this a little easier. I mean, this would be a decent place to hang out because it seems to be a decent amount of fresh water there. But we could probably find more. Like if you find a swamp biome on an island, by the way, that's usually a really good place to hang out for a while because there's lots of fresh water. So here's a spruce tree, and it's in a ripening stage. The Just wanted to double check and see what that was. Let's see if we can go through here. Yeah, so there are certain small trees you can walk through like that, just not the larger ones. All right, there's another square of fresh water. Each time I see that, I look up at my thirst just to see. Not finding much of interest here. Let me take a look at this tree. What do we have? That's a maple tree. It's also ripening. Okay. Alright, let's zoom out a bit. Well, there's a ton of timber, obviously, on this island. That's good to know. I'm looking for some backup carving implements, by the way, like a rock or a boulder, which I can make, I think, into a sharpened rock. Like, let's see here. So here's the sharp rock. And okay, so yeah, so we need large rocks to make that. Okay. Alright, what do we have here? We have a goat. Hopefully it's not hostile and attacks us for some reason. No, okay, good. Okay, so a little more fresh water there. Now that's the ocean. I thought, oh man, there's another big lake. Nope. Let's see what we got here. Whoa, that's way in. Okay, so there's some bone fragments of green rarity. I'll pick that up. And then there's another animal. Let's try dismantling this one first, just to see what we get. It requires a hammer. Ah, okay, so we're gonna need a hammer. Actually, a hammer is needed to repair stuff as well. Let me see if I can find it. That's the stone axe. I'm sorry, I'm just... There it is, okay. So to make that, we're going to need a pole, a rock, and some string. You know, I think we can harvest some wood from trees with... Maybe with our hands? I don't know for sure, but... Here's a pile of rocks. Let's select the object with our hands. And from that, we can make a smooth rock. Alright, so we crafted a smooth rock, and our stone crafting has gone up. Now, what do we use the smooth rock for? I don't know. Here it is right here. It says that it's useful for many crafts, so I guess we'll just hang on to it. We could make a stone bullet, a lockpick, or a band. You know what? We're going to make a bandage. Definitely going to make a bandage. Alright, so here, that is seawater. That's not fresh water, even though it is technically inland. It's not really. So this is all going to be seawater. What is this? Ooh, it's an apple tree. It's in the flowering stage of growth, so I guess there's no apples right now. Okay, our thirst situation is starting to get a bit concerning. So we might have to drink our water here pretty soon. That's a blue rarity of that copal stuff. Thought it was opal, but apparently not. Just gonna see if we can find some fresh water over here. And we'll basically take what we have in our bottle, drink it, and then fill it back up. See if we can go through here. Yeah. Alright, now what was this right here? Alright, is this like a dead apple tree or something, I guess? Yeah, it's bare. I see. Now what could I do? If I said carve with tool. Okay, alright. So it says we gathered a log of featherweight, we gathered a branch, we gathered a log, and our skill in lumberjacking has gone up, which is nice. Now these are all just like tips and tutorial type stuff. You also write these notes in the first person whenever you learn things, and it kind of helps you in a tutorial sense. Tells you, like, in that case, how to tame creatures, what you can do with corpses. Here's a note on durability, because that shale is close to breaking, and it just says, you know, I could make myself a hammer, and then I could repair it. But as we know, I don't have a hammer right now. Alright, so it's good to know that we can... Uh-oh. There's a giant spider. I'm not sure how dangerous this creature is. I wonder how long it'll follow me. I break line of sight, it shouldn't... Well, you know what? I guess we're gonna fight. Oh, there's a rat, too. Alright, I'm on my left hand. I've got my spear. I can make a mortar and pestle. That's interesting. Alright, we're gonna wait for you to take a step forward. There we go. Alright, we did 3 damage. Now he doesn't want to hang around anymore, does he? Alright, now you can get some. I'm just passing time with spacebar. There we go. Alright, got him. I want to finish off this spider. There we go. So there is some spider silk. I'm going to pick that item up immediately. And there is some high quality grass here, by the way. It happened to be where that spider fell. Let's try to carve the corpse and see what we get. You picked up spider meat. Okay, well that's... Eventually we're going to have to start worrying about this, because our hunger is going to be... It's going to be getting pretty bad. Alright, so let's grab these twigs. And is that fresh? No, that's seawater. Trying to remember where that was that we saw the fresh water. Okay, I don't think we can get through here. Can I walk through there? Oh, I can. Alright, I'm just zooming out to get a better idea. I thought it was down this way. But I really, as you can see, don't recall. Alright, so we've written a note about dehydration, so it's time to drink our desalinated water. As you can see, we've regained 2 health, 25 stamina, we sated 1 hunger, and we quenched 11 thirst. So if we go here now, you see it's just a glass bottle, so we drank it all. It's a one-use kind of thing. Oh, there's some fresh water down there. Or I'm pretty sure that's the fresh water. Yes, it is. Yeah, shallow fresh water. So you could drink straight from the source, it looks like. How do I stand in it? I don't know how to use the bottle to collect it. What if we right click and we say gather water? That's the way to do it. So now that fresh water's gone, so it's not going to last a long time. But we've got unpurified fresh water. Now, it says it's likely unfit to drink. It will quench your thirst, but you may have negative side effects until it's purified. So by purifying it, they mean obviously boiling it. I don't know if there are water purification tablets, but there might be. So we're gonna... I don't know how edible that spider meat is gonna be. It says it's hard to stomach even when cooked. That's interesting. Let's see what we can do about this goat. I feel like some goat meat would be nice. Oh, that hurt. That hurt badly. That goat's not playing. Look at my health. I can't believe it. That's not good. That's not good. Alright, so our bandage here, it will staunch wounds and prevent infection. Now, I don't know if I'm bleeding or not. Let's see. It's not telling me anything about that. But let's just use it and see what happens. So we're going to say heal. Okay, so I got 12 health back. That's good. Okay. Oh, also, that's something I forgot about. I think I remember this correctly, but if I'm wrong, just pretend like I never said anything. I think that the more creatures you kill on an island, the more difficult the creatures in the island become. I could be just totally making that up whole cloth, but I think that's the case. Alright, so we should... I don't know if we should run or keep it. I guess we're going to keep attacking. Alright, I got him, but I broke my spear in the process. Yeah, wooden spear has been destroyed from use, but you have killed a goat. We're going to carve with the tool. And we got some animal fat and a decent animal pelt. And we're going to carve again. And we got some raw meat. That's what I was looking for. And some offal. Or offal. Or I never know how to say that. And we're going to carve a little more and get bone and bone fragments. Alright, that's good. Okay, you can use that for raw meat. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Alright, so here's where we're going to end this first episode, but we're going to have plenty more. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. Don't forget, I do have a starter's guide that I made last year, so it may not be terribly up to date. I'll put that link in the description below. But thank you guys again, and we'll be doing a lot more of this. So go ahead and hit like and subscribe if you feel inclined to do so, and I will see you guys next time.